Okay, now let us get into this evidence. And with this evidence, we'll use to connect some dots to show you why I keep going on and on about this LGBTQ agenda. Many of you believe that I'm just being mean, I'm stirring the pot, I'm causing problem. No, I'm not. I'm just showing you that this agenda that they are pushing is exceptionally dangerous. Let us get into this evidence. Parents of volleyball player left with brain damage by a trans opponent who knock her to the ground, break their silence, and call for other families to pull your kid from games. It had to take a child getting injured for people to realize that this cannot work, right? We shouldn't even be having a discussion about this. You're taking male, and because they say they identify or feel like a female, they wear a wig, mutilate their bodies, take some hormone, and then you allow them into female spaces. No, we have evidence where a 17-year-old is injured, seriously injured, because she was knocked down by a male who says she is transgender. We will not learn. We will not learn. And many of you out there celebrate this agenda, but I'm telling you this. It will be a day when these individuals from this community start demanding that they need access to children spaces, right? And it's going to happen en masse, right? Because they're not going to stop at wanting access to female spaces. They are going to want access to children's spaces. And they're going to come out and say they identify as children, and they're going to expect the same treatment, and they're going to want access. This agenda is exceptionally dangerous. And this type of conversation is not happening in China. It's not happening in Russia. It's not happening in Iran, right? They are growing a strong nation while the West is confused. We can't identify a male different from a female. We can't seem to identify a man wearing a wig from someone that was born a female. And I'm telling you, we are in serious problems, right? But yet still the West is out looking to go to war with Russia, China, Iran. You can't win any war. You cannot win any war, because when you adopt the LGBTQ agenda, you push the Most High off your land, right? The LGBTQ God cannot help you. The LGBTQ God is not loyal, right? So therefore, you cannot fight a war when you adopt the principles of the LGBTQ community. It can't work, right? All your wealth, your power is going to go down the drain. And it was all by design to push this agenda on the West for people to celebrate their demise so that you do not have any protection. Because best believe this life is going to get spiritual within the blink of an eye. We're going to see supernatural entities in front of us, and if we don't have the grace and mercy of the Most High within us, around us, in our pockets, we're going to have a horrible, horrible time. This is absolutely no joke. So they put this agenda for you to follow, for you to praise, for you to celebrate. But really, you're celebrating your own demise. The destruction of your wealth, the destruction of the family. And many you don't even realize, right? And when people like me say anything, we get called all sorts of names. We shouldn't even be having this conversation How can you allow a man to play in a female game, all female game, as a transgender? Ridiculous. It just goes to show the time and season we're living in. We need to pray and say, Glory be to the Most High.